is Atlanta holding up? How is Georgia holding up? I didn't know how much time had passed. I was out cold and there was nothing I could do about it. Instead, as my body was useless, I brought my thoughts to the questions that terrified me. Who are you? Where are you? What are you? It was all introspective moment. I thought perhaps I wouldn't wake up until all those had been answered, and so I thought long and hard. Let's assume the questions are asked because the answers I believe are wrong. Yes, sending all my loves and hopes to you, Katie. These questions only meant for the person who found the code to unlock the boxes as well. Do you value friends before lovers? What do you mean by that? But we could, oh yeah. I'm pretty good, man. I made steak and like mashed potatoes and gravy for my mom. For Bruce and my mom. How the fuck did that happen? I'm gonna post it on Twitter real quick, actually. We do that. In short, they are very much made for me and only me. I'll start by determining who I am then. All of those questions are difficult to think about, so I'll just pick out the first I found. My name is Pandora. Well, at least you think it's Pandora. Made steak and mashed potatoes with beef gravy for my mom's birthday dinner. It's gonna be on Twitter second. No, oh, I did, JP. Oh, shit. Could have followed Vince's jet, yet somehow get to Connecticut, even though at that point you wouldn't need to do that. Oh, shit. It's on Twitter now. But oh, shit, I fucking did. What the fuck? Oh, no, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, yeah, let's bring Jeff Hardy's drinking issues into light. You know, let's make that a storyline. My name is Pandora. That's what I figured, but it seems that's wrong. I can't remember another one. So far, I found many names in my time here. Alex, Athena, Nico, Annie, Iril, Etine, Marco, Lucille, Anne, and Sally. In total, those are 11 names. The two that don't belong are Etine and Marco because they are the real names of the two behind all this. However, there are two that don't belong here, Anne and Sally. They're the only names the imagined people in the Sally Ann test and nothing more. Mashed potatoes look like pudding. They kind of do, though. Who's Jeff Hardy's a wrestler? Tried this shit with Jake back in the day and it made his issues worse. Yeah, they're not smart. I would, if I liked them back, I think I would accept it. I'm not usually a flirty type of person. You know, I don't usually flirt. That's my thing. I'm like, meh. You know, flirting's not my thing. I don't care for it. I would say yes if I like them back, you know? So it depends on you. Alex is Ira, Antonio's Triss, Nico is Lux, Annie's Bia. Irel and Mark are supposedly Ava and Vidi, even though Antonio and Marco correspond to them, and Lucille is Ula. Cora is unknown, we have no idea, no name for Pandora. If we assume Irel and Mark are Ava and Vidi's true names because those are portions, which definitely couldn't lie compared to a real person. This means we have Antonio, Marco, and extra, along with Anne and Sally, but I don't believe those two names are really significant as I already established. That is stupid. I can't be named Marco. I am definitely not a man either. Come to think of it, Antonio's full name is Antonio Kaflum. Her last name sounds more like a movie company. It's almost as if her name was an anagram. Have I erred all this time? I can't make heads or tails of the anagram, though. I'm generally extremely good at this, but I just can't computer right now. What about you? Do you have an idea? If it's okay if you don't, I wouldn't blame you. And I'm this close to remembering something. I suppose that question will have to be answered later. I don't know why Iril said her name was Etinel. Was it to guide me? This entire line of thinking feels so absurd. Let's skip to the second question. I'm in Hyacinth Delaware Polyvalent High School. No, that's wrong, too. There's a question because it's wrong. Where am I? I sure hope to God they're not gonna fuck him up even more. WWE don't know what they're doing. They're like, oh, we don't have an honored soul. That's like the most extreme and probably harmful storyline we can ever make for somebody. I can't think of that one either. No matter how much I think about it, nothing comes to mind. We could be anywhere, but why would someone go to such lengths to replicate the school? Replicating. The room being replicated belonged to most of the participants. If they could replicate those rooms, then replicating the whole school wasn't too difficult. You only needed to replicate the parts of it anyway. We don't have access to wing B, C, or D, and then there's the incomplete crossroads and the secret room, which I don't think was part of the school. Welcome back, Katie! His brother and... Oh, are they not... Did they really say something about it? Oh, shit. To respect that, I do... I personally like friends before, lovers, you know, like... Unless I've been with the lover for an extremely long time, you know, but at the same time, I don't know. I know I'm going in circles. I want to avoid the final question. I want to avoid it because my current assumption is that everything I believed was wrong. I'm not Pandora, that's a codename. Even though it's the only name I can realistically recognize myself as. I'm not in this high school, and I'm not human. If I'm not human, then what am I? I can't be an alien. I know English, I feel like a human. Maybe you're a fucking robot. We eradicate ethics, so... Oh, God. They did. Can you fucking message me their responses, bro? Oh, the tea's real. I can talk, I can think, I can deduce, I can imagine. I can't dream. I'm supposedly passed out right now, but I'm conscious. Having psychic powers like the horse stupidly theorized is most likely not an array of abilities that I do have. That seemed wholly unscientific. That I am a robot? A clone? I think you are a clone, too. I think you're a clone. A replicated person? That seems the last possible choice. It's outrageous to think about. It makes me feel cold and empty. But it's probably the truth. A robot or a clone or both. Once again, that thought is fastidiously but inside me. I know it to be true. I'm heavy and overly strong, like a machine. I'm Pandora, but not the Pandora from my emptiness. I'm not in the high state of Delium. Fucking high. Do we really have to say this whole fucking name every time? I'm a robot, a construct, a replicate, not a human. But wait, if I'm a replicated entity, then what? Oh God! Hi! Hi, bitch! We did see a copy of Cora, though, in the fucking white room. Suddenly a girl appeared. It was me. That's right. I am me. You are you. My full designation is AI Immediately. Again, acronym. LI means love you. Love like the French word ami. Or ami ai, which is the Japanese word for love. To love me and love you. I'm glad you could arrive to those conclusions yourself with nothing but 3 questions. You surpassed how is she here? You surpassed everything I thought, and there's no need to fret. I'm me, but you're actually me too. Actually, you're the result of the equation E equals mc squared. What the fuck? It is the equation of mass energy equivalence, but it's also one meaning that you, codename Pandora, are the main something, number 2, or the main character. It's, in this instance, me stands for machine extension, or ex machina. It's Deus Machina! Oh, fuck. Of its official designation, which is the construct for Deus to inhabit. You are Deus ex machina, literally. I don't know who the main something, number 1, is supposed to be. Our creator left that hidden. But I know you're not the last one, since our Oba doesn't plan ex machinas. A creator? This is fucking loopy. And you're me? What's this stuff about machines? I'm not directly you. I'm still separate. What? Still separate? In that instance, we're a bit like twins. However, I don't have my body anymore. See, my body, or my previous self's body, was shut down by Lucille and Nico. What? I was the one who was beheaded in most of your attempts through this. Oh, what? Bye, Phoenix. However, that body will now be recycled and used for another purpose, since it's a proper ex machina designated for use in Project what? Which I know nothing but the name of. Yeah, same. As far as you could connect with everyone to get their life story, you built trust with them, didn't you? What does that have to do with anything? Though, trust is an acronym. It stands for Television Relay Using Small Terminals. Everyone's helmets contain their information in the form of a code. When you build trust, the signal to give you that information could be caught by your helmet. This only happened when it was 99% compatible, now 100%, so there's always a degree of interference, and only when the helmet shut down, so when they died. This is insane. I can't take any more twists. Ex Machina, wait, oh shit, they're trying to create the perfect machine. And last but not least, you, like me, are an AI. We are constructs fabricated by our creator, the MTS. What the flying fuck? We are memories. Me stands for ourselves. Mori means death. Here's the fucking memento mori shit, like in your escape. And ES stands for MTS. Thus, memories. The bodies you don't have really exist either. The body, oh, I was gonna say the body you have doesn't really exist either. It's a construct, a prototype. Even if you lose it, you still stay conscious. Why is that? That is because I'm not in my body. Congratulations! You are in fact not your body. Not yet, at least, but it will come later. Don't worry. Although it may not be you, but another you. As this TBT leaves, oh god, Pyramid Head just comes in. My hand's so sweaty. Do you fucking see that? And this is just from holding a fucking mouse. What the fuck? It's like a river. JP, you need to be here, dude. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Right now, you are the helmets. I feel sick. I felt sick. That was most likely just a programmed reaction, though, because I didn't feel like I have a body right now. I've got to, like, put back in the game thing. Sweat is real, just like the maze of information. Yeah, it's fucking real. I'm sweating because of all this information. It's too much for me. Because I didn't have a body right now. It was not functioning. All I had was my mind, my program, myself. Yet I still felt cold, sick, and unwell. There's no need to fret me. I was the helmets. All this time, I was never my own self. All this is going one ear and out the other. My small, smooth, wrinkled brain can't comprehend. I can kind of comprehend. The helmets everyone wore, that was me. That's why you can connect to them? That was Pandora. Please calm down. You are still yourself, but I was also everyone. Holy shit. Is that from the potatoes or the game? I don't know, man. Just wiped it. I had everyone's data, their names, their age, their social security number even. Yo, get all the credit cards. What you doing? If you really hate them all, why don't you just fucking ruin their lives by using their social security number to get credit cards? What you doing? I was nothing but memories and information. I was everyone but not me. If you don't calm down, you'll erase yourself. What the fuck? Erase myself? I was going to erase myself? To be gone? Yeah, that's what that means. After all this work, all this life, I would just be gone. Your temporary is leaving this place. Oh my god. What was your makeshift dinner, Quinn? Hold on, I'm interested. I can't accompany you. I will be erased. You can still live if you play your cards right, but I won't exist anymore after we're done talking. That's right. I will die the cleanest death. But if you stay alive, you can oppose them. You already have allies. Allies? Me? Who? The ones you call Internet Mark are your allies. They too want to stop the MTS. Please work with them. If you don't, then I will be erased for no reason. The animals you have with you, the humans, they aren't very cooperative in general. They can all come out alive of this, though. Where there's life, there's hope, isn't there? That right? Holy shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? Hope. I opened Pandora's box, and in the end, now there's hope. Irony at its finest. Or perhaps it was meant to be all along. This is the final time you and I will speak together. Wait, please. Tell me, what's my true name? Where am I? Error. I cannot answer those questions. You'll have to figure it out by yourself, I think. Please help these animals, or humans, reach their conclusion. After that, you should be meeting with someone very important. That meeting will determine reality. To cast away fiction is to reveal the real. What the flying fuck? I feel like I'm reading a fucking Stephen King novel. I don't want you to go. We're like family, right? I have to go. Sorry. Your body will be reactivated in just a few minutes, but there's one more thing you have to see. Right now, everyone is ready in the secret room. You are this close. Please escape from me and save everyone. Please escape and save him. Who the fuck is him? Mark? Him? Mark? Is it Mark? Mark? Who? Who? What do you mean him. Who is that person? What the fuck, God? But by then, she had already disappeared. Our talk was over. And so was me's existence. Oh, where's the... This is the game laughing at me. This is the game's developer laughing at me right now. Just enjoying my confusion. Yes, that is RuPaul's laughter, because whenever you play that laughter, it sounds like fucking something evil. Why am I here? Again, I'm having a vision of Cora. This time, it's happening during the second hacking session. Mark? Hello? Oh, hi, Mark. But these events aren't happening right now, since I sent Cora to her room earlier. Is this a vision from an alternate path, or is it that I'm remembering things wrong? This reminded me of the Mandela effect. It struck me how the initials of that also made the word me. Fuck me, really. And I figured it might have a link to all of this. Already I've seen outrageous things happen. Cora spoke to herself, and I let her talk while I thought about what the Mandela effect might mean for my own predicaments. In essence, we were both having separate strings of thought together. The Mandela effect is named after Nelson Mandela, whose death has been erroneously believed to be in the 80s before, when in fact he lived until the near end of 2013. This belief was shared by others, and they were all labeled as inconsistencies. This led to others acknowledging it as a sign of changing timelines. Memories are information, and so it was as if that information was sent to another body. RuPaul has the most infamous laugh. It's a laugh that invokes fear of elimination, oil fracking. It does. And that was why they didn't match up with the reality. I'm not sure what link it has to, I'm not sure what it has to, what link it has to what happened. I'm not sure what link it has to what happened to me here, but I keep getting these visions from other timelines. From moments that couldn't have happened. Perhaps the many worlds interpretation was right. All I want is my sister. Where are you? Did they kill you? Where are you, Pandora? She closed her hands and fists. My thoughts were cut short when she mentioned my name. You weren't the 9th one, were you? Why did you die there? Huh? Is she talking to me? This is impossible since I'm in another timeline entirely. I hate the name Pandora. I wanted to stop it. Stop all of it, what you were doing, but now I'm all alone. You're the strong one. I'm just the weakling. I'm the nice girl who doesn't know better. The one you kept in the dark while allowing all these people to do terrible things. Then I found out that you were Pandora. But it wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. I tried though, but I didn't have the time. Why did this terrible thing happen? I guess there's no looking back. I should look forward. She inhaled after realizing she stopped breathing. That was quick. Another vote is coming. I don't understand anything going on here, and I'm scared. But I'll just try to live for you, sister. I'm not her sister. Cora has a sister, but it's not me. I'm still confused as to where this is to. This is my school, but it's not my school. Thankfully, there's a map here so I can see. Cora walked up to the map, looking at it intently as she imagined just what was wrong with it. The crossroads aren't just a tiny part like that, it's a way bigger. Some of it was closed off, and now we only have access to about a third, and where the exits are is nothing. It's just a wall. Gotta build that wall, y'all! It should look like this. It looks like this. Why is it different? Don't fucking... I'm about to have a seizure. Stop flashing that. I just don't understand why someone needs to block most of the crossroads. This is a shitty school, if you ask me. Nah, I agree. It's shitty. The exits, I understand. This is leading me nowhere. I better get going for the vote. I was whisked away from the helmet when the frequencies changed again, back to reality. The lights were on in the classroom when I woke up. All the revelations that came at me one by one like a rapid-fire machine gun were taking their toll. I didn't know what to believe anymore. Several hours had passed already. I had missed everything, but I was back. My body was the body of a robot. It felt so real, though. I spent so much time watching my hands and touching my own skin I didn't realize Viddy had left. He must have gone where I was unconscious. Unconscious? I didn't have consciousness. It was more like my exterior hardware was turned off. The body was turned off, but the programming inside of the helmet continued. Ah, yes, I remember. Me said to go to the secret room where everyone was gathered. I hope everyone's there. Oh, shit. Or perhaps it was most likely they were herded like animals. But I want more answers. There's something else, something we didn't check. I approached the safe. This was the first room in the lot. The one I've been in many times before. Inside, the me cards were gone, of course, but there's other stuff. Namely, there was a piece of paper with a fake with pigtails written on it. Assuming all the keys are an anagram for the letters in capital, why is there 2 I's and 2 A's? If each letter is supposed to represent us, then pigtails would be Pandora, Vidya, Ula, Trist, Cora, or Ava, Ira, Lux, and Bia. Is this note meant to out Ava as Itine? I don't fucking know. A is a fake accompanying us, so she's not a real participant, but the most likely reason was that the one in the A helmet, the Cora helmet, was a fake. I like how we have trust with everyone but her. That's cute. An AI. Did the other rooms have this too? I left the room and the paper itself behind. Sure, the others were waiting on me, but they could wait, I thought. I had to make something clearer first. I opened the safe in the second room and looked in the contents. This was the room Ava and her group was in. The one says E equals MC. Don't fucking ask me for all this shit. Alright, I've already had a talk about that one. It's outing me as whatever the main character entails. The main something, whatever. The whatever. I didn't think there was much I could do with this one, so I left the room. We went back to the room I woke up into not too long ago, even though it had been hours already. Inside the safe was a piece of paper much like the others. On this one ran the words midair. If we saw this before. It's the anagram. Phoenix. I don't think that's a real company's name. Though all anagrams are metaphors or something, it stands this is one too. I was glad I was an AI. I could calculate these anagrams faster than anyone else could. That's why all these puzzles were relatively easy. This anagram could stand for a few things. But what made the most sense was NVIDIA's Marco. What? Fair enough. But what does this mean exactly? Pia is a bitch. Yeah, she's a bitch. Why do we have no deduction room? Why 3 of us? For some reason, the previous puzzle I'd solved resonated through my circuits. The puzzle had for answer 1, 2, 3, as if it was counting up. Alongside Marco and Tyne, I became the third mastermind of this game. I knew of the traitor, but maybe there was no traitor. This entire thing was just my programming. I was made to believe I was participating of my own volition, and everything had been organized by me. If I am an AI, then that friend who helped me was probably him, Marco, that is, the boy who also mentored in Tyne. Ira gets paid. That meant that Marco and Tyne must have programmed me. What about E9? Same fucking, like, what? I'm gonna say E fucking T. Fucking E.T., the Tris, by the way, that's Tris. Wouldn't it have made more sense if Marco and E.T. programmed me? Their initials make me. It was either that or me count as one of my iterations, and my current self is this is so fucking much, is a second one. Am I supposed to become a third iteration of myself then? Everything was more or less clear now. I still don't get it. But I still felt like something was amiss. I knew who I am, I knew what, but I didn't know anything else. What's the motive? Where are we still? And I think, most importantly, when are we? When are we? That's a good fucking question. It didn't make sense. Bia was born 2014, at least according to Tyne. The girl was a teenager, so that means we'd be around 16 or 19 years in the future after that point. I don't have her real age, unfortunately. It can't be much older than much older though. Or were they early 2030s then? Considering the technology used, it's not surprised that's the case. I don't know if I like that idea though. It's logical, but it doesn't feel like we're in the 30s. A flash of illumination hit me. This must be what an epiphany was. I think I have this backwards. It's not that Bia was born in 2014 and matured to her late teens. It's that Bia was born in 2014 and that's it. I'm also there. I'm also born in 2014. I'm an AI and not a human, so the time I was born is irrelevant for my growth. I didn't get older. What if Bia was an AI too? Didn't we? Yeah, there's fake with pigtails, and don't she got a twin? Then we'd be in 2014. And suddenly, what a time told me makes sense. Another flash of illumination. The epiphanies were coming in one after the come on, bitch! Like bullets or something. The codes that opened the box. It's just like that one puzzle is a date format. 2014. Oh, November 19th, 2014. The fucking the everyone else in the world besides America. Shit. This is what the British use. Miss say is November 19th, 2014. Is that really today's date? I thought about it over and over, but I couldn't be sure. I need to go meet with the others now. There was so much to explain. I don't know if they trust me. They didn't follow the same trip that I did. I was on a whole other level than humanity. I'm God, bitch. I recall Marco saying something like that a while back. I left the room and walked towards the secret room. According to me, it was unlocked and everyone was there. It seemed I made no error in sending them to their respective rooms. I'm so smart. Nope, I ain't. And then out of nowhere, I passed out again. Now I knew why. Those moments were during the times Cora was hacking to the others' helmets. Was I always programmed to do that? No matter what, my AI would transfer from one helmet to the other on the designated time, and I would witness another event. I really was just a toy. A toy for a tiny embargo. Later, I don't know. Take a shot every time you pass out. Yeah, I'll be fucking drunk, bro. Hello? Can you see me or hear me? Cora gave no response. This is from the third hacking session. It was the one that led to the me cards being duplicated. Oh, fucking boy. Hold on. I got messy glasses. But once again, this couldn't have happened in this timeline. Why am I getting these visions? Cora was alone in a classroom and Natanya had walked in. This must have happened during the very short shutdown. I have very little time, so I'll make this as concise as I can. When you wake up, you will find yourself in the secret room. Take the elevator and come to the white chamber. There will be 8 seats laid out in the octagonal pattern. In the middle will be something else. That room will be your final destination. Don't try to bleach, please. No, we don't do that here. After you finish the puzzle, though, you'll be free to go along with all my emptiness. This is a time, right? Why is she giving me all these different directives? And most importantly, how? I understand this is happening in a possible time, but that doesn't explain what she knows or what she's saying. Instead, it's only giving me more questions. When you wake up, you'll have no memory of this monologue. It's been set to auto-delete itself from your memory except for my final command. Also, you may need this knowledge, so I'll let you know now. The missing things you may look for in the future are hidden. Have you found any alternate solutions yet? Alternative solutions. This has nothing to do with your final deduction room, however. This one isn't for me, but for you. If you find all of them, you'll witness something interesting. Once everything else is over. Now go and open the door to the end of time. I'll be waiting, and so will he be. Who the fuck is he, Mark? Hello, Mark? Oh, God, Rose, it's too much. It's too much, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you. It's too fucking much. It's too much. Yeah, they're talking to the player, Logans. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! Woo! Also, I love your icon. Isn't that icon Lizzie made? Lizzie, I miss her. I love her. I need to talk to her more. If frequency switching was because of the interruption, I thought that the real reason why all this is happening was I really was switching, huh? Yeah, it's so cute. She always does a good job with her art. Mark, I know you have a nice voice and all, but this isn't a YouTube video. But this is giving me some very strange implications. This had been nagging at me since the start too, but why name it the Crossroads? That might explain why some of this place doesn't match with my memories. The Crossroads, like, you know, crossing through different paths. This is what I remember the plans being. This is the Wing A that we've been exploring this whole time along with the Crossroads. What if the name was more than a vague memory from their time at the school? What if it actually was a crossroads? Then that means the crossroads were in fact not at the upper right extremity, but in the middle, which means the actual plan should be like this. Jesus Christ. This would be the whole school we're in now. And now every time I come into Cora's helmet, I'm actually just viewing what a second group has been up to all this time. Every time have there always been 2 groups? The notion of switching timelines and having visions from others is ridiculous. This is the only thing that makes sense. I remember some things happening that shouldn't have happened, like someone dying and then they were alive again, and Viddy, when he disappeared, who was really going to the first group, this one. What does that mean? I don't fucking know, bitch. I was hoping you would answer that. I need to get to the bottom of this. I'll wake up, solve whatever puzzle awaits me, and get some answers, or else I'm gonna fucking come after somebody. I'm gonna write a strongly worded email to, like, Miracle Moon. I didn't know how I arrived there, but here I was. After returning to my senses without any fanfare, I knew what I had to do. I was in the secret room. The door was open, everything was functional as though someone had ushered in my coming. I finally took the elevator. The silence accompanying me was haunted by a slow screeching of machinery lifting me up. I was a robot, so I was heavy. The machine was having problems carrying me. How fucking heavy are you, girl? I arrived in the room expecting everyone to be annoyed at how there was nothing to do. I found them in a very different position altogether. Everyone was sitting on chairs. Everyone was bound to them, even Ava and Viddy, those I suspected the most. None of them moved or did anything. They simply remained sitting down, facing forward without a care in the world. What's going on here? It was as though they had been brought here and held against their will. What the fuck? Oh, deduction room time! Let's go! My arrival there was the trigger for it to close. I was hoping it would show everyone here, you know? I waited for me to appear to tell me about the question, as she doesn't exist anymore. I remember that for when Cora got beheaded right here. Wait, when had this taken place exactly? That didn't happen in this life. Shook my head to clear my thoughts, readying for me. Right. She wouldn't appear. She died the cleanest death. Erasure. The word still made me shudder. Another object was in the middle of this room. Monitor? There's a weird pedestal with a touch screen on top of it. The only thing of interest in the entire place other than the chairs everyone was sitting onto. The pillow was blindingly white, which made it even easier to notice the words written on the sides. They were instructions. The instructions say, birth me code. And way under it says, solving this will birth me code. Okay, I don't really understand. It's the title of the game. What does it mean? It's a puzzle like all the others, but I don't know what it means. I have to birth me's code? Should I solve this puzzle? But the instructions were categorical. If I didn't, I wouldn't leave this place and no one else would. Perhaps this is a better future. Hi, Trev. The code for birth. Penis and vagina. And 9 months in the womb. That's the code, right? I wanted to solve it. Happy birth me day. I wanted to go outside. I wanted to go. I wasn't human. I wasn't AI. I had a fabricated body. It was a fake. All of me was a fake. And besides, could I really sympathize with these criminals? Why make it another me? All of them had done a variety of terrible things, even if anything bad happened to them. Did I care? I didn't know. I wasn't sure. Maybe I didn't care. I wasn't dumb. I knew something would happen from the way they were sitting in these chairs, but it wasn't my problem. It was unfair too. I was alive, I felt alive, and I had desires of my own. They were humans, they could have gone anywhere, done anything, and they chose to sin. They chose to break their lives with their immortality. Or morality, I should say. Immortality, I wish. Sound like good code, yep. Maybe it would be better to finish this then. They didn't deserve the life they had if they were going to screw it up that badly. That's what I felt deep inside. I did feel it. Did I feel anything about them? No, I've never felt anything. It's just like Etine said. I didn't feel anything about it. Just like Etine. Very well then. Let me out. The answer is... It's just literally the game. Smart bitch. Woo! That was easy. That was the easiest one. What the heck? I didn't expect this. Who's this? What's going on? I'm Pandora. I don't know my real name. I see. I don't know either. I don't know who I am. Sorry. You've committed the sin of... What? Istia? You watched the leader of my emptiness. You did nothing to... Oh, we're talking to Cora now. You did nothing to stop her. Oh, sorry. I tried. I joined it. I joined my emptiness to stop her, to stop my sister. Wow, you did it. Thanks, though. It wasn't enough, though. Sorry. You have nothing to be sorry for. At least you didn't die. I'm not dead, but this is just our connection. Thanks to it, I know all about you. You see, I guess that makes sense. Do you know who I am, then? I'm not sure if I should say. Why not? I wish to know. You are the current equivalent of hope. I know you hate that word now, though. You're right, I felt strange. You'll get over it, I think. Your mind will get a wipe later. A wipe? Your memories of this place will go. Then what was the fucking point of this? It's like a form of not my problem. Hey, music, how you doing? How you doing? The true form of sloth, lack of action, not laziness. True. How you doing, music? I don't want that. I don't want to lose my memories. Even if those memories are atrocious. If you keep this, you may go mad. I don't know now. What do I do? I don't know either. What I do know is that you'll stay. I don't want to stay either. Your sister is here too. Then I guess it's fine. I want to be with my sister. Your bitch ain't that fucking important. Your sister ain't that important. The mind wipe is inevitable. Your memories will be carried by me. Does my sister know I'm here? Not yet, but she will soon. She will get mind wiped too. Maybe she could avoid it. No? I'm the one with the trauma. No, in her case it's different. I can't say the reason why though. And what will happen to me? You'll no longer be stressed out. It's still scary, but it's the truth and we're out of time. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. We're not gonna find out your name. Go now and survive. Damn, that's different. Okay. 6 of them were dead. If you took those 6 points and put them in a circle, the resulting lines connecting to them each would form a hexagon. And partial physics is there's something called a meson. I'm just using it to illustrate what I'm thinking about. Don't worry, we're not actually going to be delving in particle physics. Is it particle? Particle. I mean, fucking particle. Who's launching fireworks? So this is too complex. Let's skip all the relevant information. Oh no. What is this? Mesons look like this, or mesons. Like I said, the lesson itself isn't important, but since the helmets, or me, you could say, had the shape of a hexagon, I found this somewhat related. Oh god, this is too much! I understand now why the ones with sins had to die, and I know why I'm receiving these visions of death. It's not really because they're dying, is it? It's a transfer due to trust. It's because they're the person's memories. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. I'll now carry your memories. This makes me me. Me stands for my emptiness because I'm all of them plus myself. That's why you could say I'm not just me, but us. But this is where I'm taking all of these memories from. Well, after all, only 6 of them died, not 7. I only personally took 2 of them. That's where you come in. It's just like what I thought about in that vision. Holy shit. The one where I thought about the Mandela effect. This is too much. Listen, I'm not taking math this semester. I'm no help. You carry the information from other lives into this one. My nose is so itchy. That's why I know all this and why I know all about my emptiness and its members. I'll have to think about it later since it's time to go back to reality. Finally, vision came. She still was in the pure white room, but this time the others were awake and helmetless. Whoa! Holy shit! Yo, where's his bottom lip, though? Yo, where's his bottom lip, though? Gotta search for that bottom lip, Ira. Or Alex. She's awake, I think. Why did I end up with this stuttering one? Beside, oh, look at Trist. Look, I'm missing an eye because one of us was going to be that way. Well, when I knew it. Let's welcome me back properly, at least before we go. Oh, but he's Mark. But he's not Marco? Mark's hot, though. Mark's hot. Mark is hot. You two can go if you want. Alright, I have a lot of stuff to do, so don't mind me if I go first. And Tan's parents, or I guess. My parents will now have a... Why is he speaking like... Are they all robots? My parents now have a lot of these facilities and they all have a good purge. attends parents' facilities. What were they talking about? Nobody answered those thoughts as they couldn't hear them anyway. Pt.13, whoever that was, left the place afterwards. I'm gonna call me too. I wasn't in a helmet. This was a body, my body. I touched my face, it felt normal. I couldn't see my face, but I could tell there was a nose and ouch, my eyes! I'd like to stick around and explain, but I should go fetch some tie and leave. I also have a lot of things to do. We have to move the vats that were used to stasis everyone next to the reactors. What the fuck? This is her railroad time. It says a rail. What the fuck is happening? She also mentioned vats. I never saw vats. Perhaps they're well hidden, or maybe those were the things on the walls next to the reactors. What is their purpose, though? We're in 2014. If Bia was born in 2014, that means she had an original Bia, but they're not from this age. Judging by how they didn't talk about smartphones. Smartphones exist in 2014. Right. Cora mentioned the internet still took over your phone line for a lot of people, so then maybe 12 years ago or so? Are they from 2002? What is happening? From what I heard Irel mention, they were used to hold everyone in stasis so the ages would fit. 2002 is just a guess, but for some reason that number feels true. The timeline fit. They gone missing for 12 years, which is just enough time for something else. I couldn't remember what that something else was, though. A finger snap by Lou brought me back to reality. Whoa! Big jugs. Hey, are you paying attention to me, Lucille? I didn't mature your body over 12 years in one of those vats so you not realize what's going on. Give her a break. She's... what? I'm Lucille now? What the fuck is happening? She just had a memory shoved into her head. I'm Lucille? Who the fuck am I? Fair enough. Annie, take over for me, will you? Who's Annie? Oh, it's Bia. Lucille left after following those words. Bia or Annie came up next. Oh, she looks like a righteous bitch. Sure, I don't mind, but I don't have a lot of time. Interesting. Normally, Bia is very annoyed when she's told what to do. Why does this one comply? Because she's a fucking robot. Ruddily now. Well, actually, I'd like to stay and talk, but I have to go with Alex, too. I need to undo around a decade of what Annie's parents did and take... These are all robots. They're all fucking robots! So they stopped being funded to... MTS is the whole thing they were praying to? I'm going to take Alex with me. The one named Alex, Ira, didn't seem to understand what she was talking about him. She gave him a slap on the shoulder. I'm talking to you. You really have to get used to being a guy now. Sorry. Let's go. You're right. I have to destroy a lot of drugs. What the fuck? The only ones remaining after both of them left were Lux or Nico and Vidi or Mark. Please, you. Explain. Ew, he's so disgusting! Oh, he's so fucking nasty! Oh, he's so fucking nasty looking too. Oh, he looks like a gremlin. Oh my god. Oh my god, they look like... Ew. Me? Simple. We're dead. There was a small pause as they watched my reaction, but I had none to offer them. I guess she doesn't have a sense of humor yet. It'll come, I'm sure. I also have to go. Thankfully, Nico's family didn't do anything, so I help ERL. 10 vats being moved over isn't very funny stuff. God, disgusting. How is that cute? I don't know, Ken. With a wave, he vacates to saunter up to the elevator. I guess she'll have to get used to being short, and a guy just like me. So what exactly is going on here? How to explain it? I can't really skip ahead to explain the more important stuff since that's confusing, so we'll just have to take it one step at a time. You should have everything to sort out my emptiness. Please stay the series of crimes committed by them first. They all have irredeemable crimes, which is why they were selected to become vessels. What? I'm going to leave you with Pandora. For some reason, her helmet malfunctioned and it didn't copy things correctly. When time comes by, she'll tell you the rest. But I'm Pandora. No, you're codenamed Pandora, which isn't exactly the same thing. Anyway, I really have to go. I have a principal to track down, and that's not easy to do. Time will be here shortly with 2 survivors. What the fuck? With that, he left the premises. Now I was alone with Cora, or actually the real Pandora, whoever that was. Okay, let's sort out my emptiness and their crimes then. I look over at the real Pandora. I share with her first. Start of verse. Pandora was the leader of my emptiness. Her crime was that she allowed all of this to happen and used her position to target specific troublesome students. I guess her sin is vainglory, taking the glory of popularity and good grades by others doing her dirty work. I know it's not one of the 7 sins we have now, but originally there were 9 sins, not 7. 2 of them, vainglory and Sudia, were rolled up into pride and sloth. Ava is a pedophile. It seems she was using my emptiness to hook up with the kids Pandora wanted gone. Her sin is greed because, well, it's clear, isn't it? She wants things she shouldn't get while pursuing none of the consequences. Fucking pedophile, terrible, close to lust, but Lux was also using my emptiness for sexual reasons. He pushed himself onto girls who had no interest in him. Yeah, he's a rapist. His sin is obvious. It was lust. So far, all the sinful names match pretty perfectly. Could Pandora see all this happening? I don't know. And all the kids they kidnapped died or went missing. Those who went missing were collected by Trist for experiments with his family's business. Wow. Seems his father was part of the MTS too. His sloth for being too lazy to do something for the kids. Thank God to explain everything. Bia is a serial killer. The kidnapped kid stood no chance, and her sin is pride because she holds an incredible vanity over what she has and can do. She also was dating Iro, who was stuck with her for a lack of anything better. Iro needed Bia's help, and he relied on her, which made him angry, thus his sin of wrath. He distributed drugs that her family made in order to make money. With sustained consumption, the drugs he sold turned people to religious zealots. What the fuck? When Bia's murders came to light and was pinned on Vidi's father. Vidi's sin is envy because it caused him to falsify evidence and get his father free to be recognized. Yet both he and the principal were innocent. Unfortunately, the principal wasn't gifted with a child who could do that. The child, Ula, she's stupid as fuck. Instead, her skills were repurposed towards making artisanal bombs. Oh, artisanal. That was when she attacked the school, a glutton after the principal's father's support. What of Cora? The final sin is Acidia. It means without care. Cora joined them to stop Pandora from doing what she was doing. She was the one who knew her real identity because the Pandora from my emptiness is Cora's sister. Maybe there was a traitor then. I was simply too focused on looking at what the others to see what was right under my nose because I had been in her head the whole time. The fuck happened? All of this is great and all, but it doesn't explain just why this entire thing was organized. I didn't do any of this. Why did Marco and Tyne do all this? Okay, you looked hotter without the fucking shitty cut right at this side. At that moment, the doors to the elevator opened. Mark walked back in. No, that wasn't Mark. That was Marco. His face was definitely different, even if it had similar builds. He was older. And Tyne will be here soon. I'm just carrying these really heavy things over. I was wondering what he was doing with the mess of metallical components he was pulling. It looked like it was explosive tubes and other strange robotics. Yeah, he does look old. Oh my god. The dead won't bury themselves, huh? The dead? Yeah. Those things are the dead bodies from the second group. Not sure what we'll do with those yet. Can't discard them. Anyone could find them. Before he could elaborate, he vanished. I understood anyway, especially when I noticed the one who entered Carrie with Ava's helmet, but Ava herself was nowhere to be found. It was entirely alongside her was Cora. The woman set the object aside and walked close to me while Cora slowly went to the blonde still asleep in the room, Pandora. Oh my god, she's old! Why is every mastermind so fucking old? God! I can see if I understood what was so confusing to you before. I was Ava in the second group. The entire time, the helmets in each and every one of us were substituted my appearance with the teacher's own. In the same order of idea, that is also why all the robotic bodies were not seen as... That one's robotic? Oh my god. You could say they're all projections of fake vision. It is simpler to use false imagery of which half this complex weaponry is made of too. Greetings, by the way. I am Tyne and also you. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm lost. I saw Marco hounding Cora and Pandora. They were talking, but Tyne had my otherwise undivided attention. Most likely, Marco helped in time, but time was the one who held the answers I was looking for. Can you finally explain everything to me? What the fuck? To explain everything, I would have to go through legendary pains. I'll keep it to the essentials then. Forgive how long it will take, as it's a very long story. In 2002, the Husbandogoddess Polyvalent High School was bombed by terrorists. It was then we began replicating the ruins after kidnapping the kids from my emptiness. Met the MTS, a nefarious group indicating Marco and myself deduced that they would be perfect for this, given how they had to atone for their crimes in some manner. As if the outside world would truly understand how to make full use of human resources. I threw away the map. I was so lost. Where's the map? Unfortunately, as part of the pain, everyone was going to be executed by the end of the session. Even myself. I'm just as under observation as all of you, to be fair. I had to do this for various reasons, of all which would come to clean. The reasons were threefold, in fact. The first reason was to use these kids in conjunction with the Sally Ann test to lay multiple perceptions upon one another and create a situation where something would be viewed as existing twice and thus exist twice. Is she old, by the way? She crusty. As a result, within me cards to force 15 of them to essentially be duplicated. You can put it as simply as because someone believed them to be in two different places. They were. The Tinkerbell effect, then. We had to be very careful because once you know the trick, it no longer works. You can't unlearn something like that. Not with you being there. Hi, me. There were two groups part of this. In the second group, they weren't originally supposed to be any humans. All of them were supposed to be beta versions of what we called ex machinas. In the first group, there had been only humans. We switched that at the last minute, so that the one who referred to as Cora was in the second group. So you would be in the first, while we took the place of Mark and Arel in the second group. I finally realized that thanks to this duo group business, I was originally booted from the Mark's helmet. Maybe it was a mistake by that moment. Before I hacked into the Cora's second group, I saw Pandora from the first group. What the fuck? I know I said there were 3 reasons. I'll get to those others shortly. Prefacing the second reason, I'll first say that as a member of MTS, I'm bound to the rules too. I have to do what they tell me to do because I need to know what I have to. I need what they have to do, what I want to do. I couldn't afford to end up like Attala's father. Each helmet was made to house its own version of AIME. Oh, that's so much. They're constructed of the database of my emptiness. This is so fucking much. When you hacked into a helmet, you're transferring yourself to it. A similar process just took place just now. Just like your memories are transferred out of the helmets. Holy shit. This is my fucking nose now. The memories of... Oh, my nose is red. Memories in the anchor helm were sent to another one. They were sent to your body, which you now occupy. And finally, after every human was gathered here, the same was done by your hand when you gave the order to birth me code, except not to the ex-magas, but to real bodies. So, like... Huh? So we... What? Every member of Mind Empties became me, except... What? Brainwaves and other details that make up my mind were transmitted to all members of my emptiness. And that was the second goal. Why your mind, though? Huh? How can you do such a thing? You erased them, just as you erased me. They were going to be executed anyway. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I don't care for forgiveness, since I have much bigger worries. I need more of me to do what I need to do in the same move. I punish those who too ingrate to live a correct life. At any rate, they are now complete. The system malfunctioned for Pandora, and only some parts were handled correctly. She remained with a terrible fear of the word hope due to that traumatism. Yeah, thanks, fucking Nico. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they're trying to do. A grave mistake, sorry. Damn, she tiny! What is that about? What did you do to my sister? It was big. Her nose is big too. Cora had come up to us in the talk while Ty mentioned her sister. The girl's real name was Penmill. Oh, but that was only her family name. What's her real name? I have to know before this is all over. You'll both be freed from this experiment. I can't say the rest yet, but you'll be kept safe. Just trust in the fact that I'm doing all this for a very good reason. I don't fucking trust you, bitch. I can't say anything else about it, sorry. Someone is watching, and if I say anything about it, it would prematurely end. I cannot afford that to happen. Having finished explaining herself, at least partially, she called for the boy. Marco! Polo! Right here. Hey, Captain. Please stop with your jokes. We have so much to do. Are you sure you're ready? As you learn a trick, it cannot be unlearned. That is true. Always ready. The MTS won't even know what hit them. No, they probably will know. They always know everything. Anyway, I want you to help the twins to a safe place so the MTS will never grab a hold of them again. I still have some things to talk over with E2. Who the hell is E288? Fine. Not a very good babysitter, though. He brought Cora to the Pandora, who was waking up. After a short, heartfelt reunion, they were on the move again. Before we go, I wanted to ask something. Without waiting for any acknowledgement, she went ahead with her question. Probably, yeah. Who are you exactly? Your name is Pandora, right? But that is my nickname. I'm not sure it was planned that way, but it seems we share a nickname then. But I have nothing to do with your group. I'm just me, I guess. My explanation didn't seem to satisfy her. But at the insistence of the other Cora, her twin sister, she abdicated her spot and went with her and Marco. God. I watched as he guided the two other girls outside. It seemed like he had his own role to play in all this. For some reason, I felt like I wouldn't see him ever again. I won't see them again, huh? I was left alone with the Tyne. It will only take a moment, so don't worry. I have to put this helmet on you before I proceed with the final reason behind this entire setup. Why? This is so elaborate for no reason. I was cautious, but with good reason. The transfer is incomplete. You're lacking some parts of the memories you'd built up in the past hours. Since you're really the third version of yourself, you'll need all the files from the first two. Won't this do something bad? Not at all. Not at all. It'll be over in a microsecond. You don't like that word. Before I voiced any complaint, she put the helmet on me, and I died again. The me that had been the Cora's helmet died. Holy shit. Every time data was transferred, it was never transferred. Data can only be copied and pasted. If you cut and paste the original data is gone. What's there is the copy of the original. A new birthed me. Just like that, combined with both the data files and my other selves. I became third, I became me, now with the memories of both groups. It's a lot, man. So I have the memories of me going through the votes, the memories of my emptiness. Oh my god, what? Twice the Tyne killed me. Twice the Tyne turned off my helmet, discarded it, or put one over me to overwrite the parts of me. That means I'm neither Pandora who accompanied either Cora. I became third. Now I came to face with Tyne again. Tyne, who was me. I fucking so lost. I was her. I'm her. As an ex machina, a younger version. Was this part of her goal too? To have a younger version of herself live on? But didn't she have the other one though? You could say that we're different though. I'm her, but I'm not her. She's me, but she's not me. What the fuck? That's because we went through different experiences. We are both made of what we call memories, so the different timelines, right? Memories and experiences. Me, M, and E, once again, either like coincidences or this was entirely planned out. You're confused. Yeah! My apologies for that. Ex Machinas are still prototypes right now. I'm fucking so lost. Only two have been properly matured. E288, which is your destination, and another. Anyway, shall we go? I looked around for the two girls and Marco, but they'd been long gone. I realized that then I did not care at all about any of the others I'd spent these hours with. Perhaps Istia was my sin, not Cora's. And the twins, Hannah and Greta, not Gretel, but Greta, were not all my memories I remembered. The one from the first group, the Pandora from my emptiness, is called Hannah Penmill. The one whose helmet I inhabited for so long, Cora, was Greta Penmill. And God, we got their fucking names. How do you get those names, though? I don't understand. Do you want to know what you look like? There's a mirror contained within the wall over there if you want. Just crouch down, grab a part, then lift it up to unveil it. I did because I was curious to see what I was like. At first, I would have a look. I would have at myself, at who I would be now and forever. Damn, I'm hot though! The sight was strange. I looked pretty much exactly like a Tine if she would be in her 20s at best. So this is who I truly am, huh? Her initials are I and I. Suppose that makes sense for me. I am I, after all. I still have much to tell you. I don't give a shit, bitch. Jesus Christ. But first, do you know why I've given you the... No, I don't. I am not exactly sure, no. I hope there's a good reason for it, because that's not really a name. Let's see, how do I go about this? Perhaps this will come off as strange, but bear with me. What do you know of order and chaos? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? And I guess order is good and chaos is bad? Good try. It's more of nuance than that. I suppose more stories show that chaos is bad and order is good. The heroes fight to re-establish order in a world plunged in chaos. It's a little different in reality. I turned back around to listen to her. What? Now we're in fucking space! The universe does not like order. Order is as absolute stagnancy the absolute stagnancy of existence. Nothing moves, nothing develops, nothing changes, no energy is transferred. It is the opposite of entropy. Entropy? Which is more or less disorder. It's entropy, I'm sorry. Entropy. I remember from a song. Entropy. When everything in the universe spirals out of control, you get entropy, or disorder, or chaos, whichever you prefer. Yet time passes, planets slow their movements, energy maintains its... What the fuck? But again, the universe prefers entropy or stagnancy. Despite that, ironically, the universe's own job is to make itself orderly. It wants entropy, and yet entropy decreases as time passes. The eventual state of the universe is thus heat death. Global warming? A complete clean slate where nothing moves, nothing gives energy. Reality is clean as death. No more sun, no more life, no more chaos, only the most pristine, perfect order. You could liken it to another world. I'm sure it still bothers you right now. Erasure. Universe cannot exist in a state of pure order. There is nothing in it. JP's like, I was gone for 10 minutes! Oh, JP, you should play this game. JP, I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. Nothing to see or nothing to witness, and no God or living beings, nothing. And so instead of falling into that swirling void, the universe will reset itself because there cannot be nothing. They call this the eternal return. VER? It is the theory of which the Big Crunch... What? Big Crunch now? Following the end of the universe expansion will bring everything back to a single dot. The thing is, we didn't learn about that. Oh my god. Memories, there it is. The center users observe everything it has ever released to spit it back into pure chaos. Once more, ironically enough, this process is always the same. The universe swallows itself in the same way and spits itself back out mostly the same way. There are minute differences, however, and those differences make all the differences. This is the state of the universe. It is a perpetual state of progress, and we're set to try and bring out more chaos, but it is failing. Just play a Shin Megami Tensei game. You're fine. Each time resumes, it takes a shorter and shorter amount of time to finish its orderly task. That is true, Quinn. Why is that? Is it because it brings fear? Is it trying to survive across the universe's resets? You might already know the answer to that one. The information you carry is made up, is made of multiple resets of the universe. This situation here, this whole experiment, has happened time and time again until we finally reached where we are now. And that is the third purpose of this experiment, is to create an entity that could carry information across the resets of the universe. Okay, I get it. The orc does slap, though. I just took in all the information, having no idea what to make of it. Bitch, but same. Part of me believed it to be true. Part of me wished for it to be a lie. I mean, I don't think it's bad writing. I know what's the thing is, if you haven't been here the entire time, you're gonna have no fucking idea what's going on. I just felt like this is way too much at the end. That's my main complaint. This is way too fucking much exposition at the fucking end. Thanks to that allows us to have this outcome when information was taken from dead universes, which ones that area have ended and carried into this one. This is a lot of Zero Escape. No, I do know what's going on. I do know what's going on, partially. Partially. Essentially, it's kind of like Zero Escape in a way where your main objective is to create the ultimate timeline by using the information you previously gotten from other timelines. I feel like a lot of what she's bringing up, though, she brought up like a few different keywords. Like entropy was never really mentioned until now. I don't know where I remember, I think I seen Hannah somewhere. Greta, I don't remember seeing that. And then she said another huge word that I just didn't get. That wasn't really hinted at either. Like E288, I don't think we've seen that before. Maybe we have, but it's the internal return. We have not seen this word. And I think that's what's really like bugging me. I think it's a lot of, I get what's going on. Essentially, what her objective was to like gather all this information to create what she wanted in the end, the ultimate timeline where everyone kind of, where everything had like, all these different, like these robots, these perfect bodies come out while the people with sins die, essentially, is what I'm getting at here. And all we do is trials and tribulations, which is very similar to Zero Escape, and where you had to go through these different timelines to get all this different information, to learn all about these different people, to learn about their crimes and all that. That I get. I totally get that. I know what eternal means, though. She wants to create like an immortal universe, and she ain't gonna get that. And the paper was the number 288. That was the reason behind my designation. How I just felt like internal universe wasn't hinted at prior to this. Immortal wasn't really hinted at prior to this. We kind of get a feeling that we are immortal because we can keep going through these different timelines. The biggest issue, however, it wasn't really hinted at. If I can remember correctly, if it was, I apologize. And then we didn't. Abby me, did we get even that? A by me? From like these highlighted words, I get the feeling that we haven't seen these before. And then like throughout, we constantly see this empty S symbol, and they're like, oh, maybe it's psychic or something. There was no hint to it like ever really being like, oh, this is the captors, everything. Empty S is the actual people who bought you here. Now we just got that. We got that straight up. I wish like everything that she's talking about here was kind of thrown into the other route, so it's a much like cleaner narrative, and not like I don't feel like I'm being like hurled that information with. That's why Zero Escape works. Zero Escape gives you the little pieces you need to know to kind of like brace you for the ultimate outcome, to the ultimate true end. Why it all makes sense, you know? I like this game, don't get me wrong, but I feel like right now there's too much information being hurled at me, and I'm just like overwhelmed as fuck, you know? I believe it to be measured, I don't even know that word. And no, I don't actually know what A means, thanks. But I know for sure it stands for something. I've been hard at work to figure it out anyway. Like, I love Zero, that's why I like Zero Escape. Since we're on the 280th version of the universe, okay, that's where 288 comes from. Information for the 277 all the way through the 287 is constellated to one single piece, which is now part of you, and that's why you're E288, okay? That makes sense. Do you understand now? This entire thing happened around 12 times, only once per universe resets. So I'm glad I'm the one which you're working instead of the one of failures. Now I'm continuing with my project. This is still very vertiginous. To encapsulate that, the first goal was to punish my emptiness in some fashion. Okay, here's for everyone that's fucking confused. Here you go. The first goal was to punish my emptiness in some fashion, create 7 hosts for time to inhabit separately. But are they all really her? Just like how I'm not her, they too must not be completely gone. Anyway, the second goal was to superpose beliefs and perspectives in order to cause reality to basically have some kind of reality error to duplicate something. And the third goal was to help information bypass the resets. See, that's the one I get the most. Something that could go through them unhindered. I get the first and second reason the most. I get it. To reach this point, we need to keep the twins, Marco, you, and I alive. Should any of us have died, we'd have been another reset of the universe. I am talking, but I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with my explanation. What the fuck did you just say it all? I know this is very complicated, but it is why time is our biggest enemy, because eventually it will all reset again. Well, she fucking knows it's complicated. No shit! Some of us like me wish they could live a normal life. A full one. But aren't you old? I mean, you lived a full life. And Tyne chuckled at me. It was as though someone had told her a very good joke. Oh, I don't mean for myself. I'm already on the verge of death soon. However, I can still divert the path I'm on. I can't explain more than this, I think. I can explain like everything like step by step. But at least say that you're my most prized creation. What do you mean by that? Oh, don't ask her what she means. She's gonna go into like a fucking like Da Vinci Code. I'll tell you, but first I want to make something clear before I leave to set up the next phase of my plan. You too still have a role to play in all of this. We both do. I will die before I can see the fruits of that labor, though. I suppose it was preordained. After we part, we will not see ever again. Okay, am I gonna be fucking blind? I frowned. She noticed my expression. I softened it a little. It was refreshing for once to see someone who could see my face. To fans intensely. God, my fucking nose is so like, ugh. And what is my role? Don't go back! You're going to be free for a time. You will age very slowly, around 4 times as slowly, in fact. Go to the university, live a life, make friends. You are my most prized creation because you can live the life I could never have. Perhaps you'll even fall in love with a handsome boy. Oh! Whatever you choose to do, it is now your prerogative, as long as you obey the rules. What rules? The self-consistency principle will bring you back. I've given you those years. Sooner or later, they will end, and then the cycle will begin anew. But for all the years I've given you, you will, yeah, kind of were the mastermind. You will have full freedom. No one will observe you. The freedom to be yourself, until the cycle resumes for all of us. I did explain how the universe resets, correct? Yes, very confusingly. Man, I don't know, Bull. Don't ask. Your role will be part of that cycle. Each cycle has its script, and none of us can break free from it. Puppets dancing on the strings of fate. If Michaela wants to play this, oh god, I hope she's fucking ready. I don't quite understand. You will understand later. I understand you most of all of anyone. You're me after all. Still, our business is now concluded. You are free to go unless you have questions. I can answer. Let's say 3, so choose them very wisely. You will not get a do-over for them. Once you pick these questions, they are the 3 you will have forever. I was ready to go by... Who's he? That's my main question. Perhaps she spoke true. Perhaps she really did understand me best. What will your 7 other selves and you do now? I knew to ask about them. They are the biggest mystery now, aren't they? Each of them has a role to play. For some of them, you already know what they are. You all 7 of them are bound by the me code. The code I programmed, made of predominantly myself, so it's like a bit of everyone that we've encountered, but also made a lot of her. Why the fuck would I want to be her? So the universe always resets, and she notices, and somehow she managed to raid the game to make her live her eternally always in a loop cycle. Yeah, she's kind of a bitch. She kind of like seems like a bitch. Which now is coursing through as members of my emptiness. We internally refer to as the me code since it relates to memories and experiences. I know you'll succeed in what you're doing. For me, it's a different matter though. I kept it to the essentials for now, but my next step is to empty this entire place before the empty ass can get any of this. Then I will go rescue someone in dire need of help. A lot of the machines here are very advanced technology, and I have to keep them out of reach of my MTS. What you all assumed was a bomb that isn't a bomb, but a gravitational enhancer. The reason why it's empty is because it's currently being prepared for future use. Thanks. As for what it will be, I'll just leave it up to your imagination. It has nothing to do with this place, so I won't elaborate on it. What about the cool S? What's that symbol? It's a symbol of the MTS. They ran experiments all over the world for many years. Much, much earlier than my birth or yours or anyone else's. But the real source of it was probably a previous iteration of the universe, no doubt. Even with all this, we've yet to fully understand where it comes from. If I had to guess, it may have no source at all. I see. So I guess Triss wasn't too far off from the mark. What about your name? Tiny Film isn't really your name, is it? That last name sounds like a movie company. Oh, well, I'll actually return the question to you. What is your real name? It's E2888. No, that is your data file designation. Your codename is Pandora. But your name is the anagram, not mine. I will let you ponder on that one, though. I'm not sure if I have the right to elucidate that mystery for you. This is the true ending. I didn't understand what the fuck she just said. Was my real name important? I decided to change the subject and get another question instead, since she was being obtuse about it. I'll just think about it in my spare time. I have a very important question left. Forget about that one then. I guess I still understand something. Final question, I promise. I didn't want to make her upset. If she could do all this, then there was no telling what else she could do to me. The old woman was me, who was me was frightening. I took a pause to mull over the words. I wanted to make sure I asked something pertinent, so she would let me have an extra question. Why is it so important you save someone? Who is it anyway? I knew my question disguised as one question wouldn't fool her. I wanted to know, though. There had been nothing else I wanted to know more than this in my entire life, and I wasn't sure why. You can answer that one, right? Yes, I can answer that, but those are two questions. Which one do you want me to answer? I'd like to know, who is it, I think. He's a very important man, and his name is Zachary. Who the fuck is Zachary? Now we're going to Zachary now? What? Why now? It was 2015? 7 years later? Where am I now? Where is this? She couldn't see anything. She couldn't hear anything. Was this darkness going to be her life now? Perhaps it would be. It was her life now, she would accept it. At first she panicked a little, but after a few minutes she calmed down. Her hands touched upon the seat she was onto. It was kind of uncomfortable. It was a fair since it wasn't meant for comfort. She couldn't move. It was as though she was unconscious. It would explain the lack of vision or hearing. Since she couldn't move, or the touch she had on the seat was ephemeral. She felt something move under her. Perhaps it was even around her too. Was she inside? I sure hope not. It was moving anyway. This is the cycle, huh? Not that it has anything to do with me. The self-consistency principle has caught up to her, just like the one day it would catch up to all of us. The movement stopped. It was then that she woke up. The blinding light flashed upon her, which would make it hard to see. JP, thank you for the $20. No one knows what's going on. We are not okay. Here's some money. Thanks, bro. Oh, you didn't have to. Thank you so much. I'm surprised I didn't play the actual sound effect that I wanted to play. Zachary from the letter. Oh shit. Should have played the you didn't see it coming thing. I'm upset now. My thing isn't working. Okay, well, I'll have to go reset that then. The blinding light flashed her, which would make it hard to see anything in normal circle. Not that she could see anything. There was someone else next to her. They grabbed her hand. She held her firmly. They would be her anchor. She stood up. It was time to go. She had sacrificed too much for this to fail. She had only one shot, and one shot to save them. This was the metro. What the no! The box finally opened. The box finally opened. Is this gonna get a sequel? This better get a sequel. True end. There we go. Don't tell me to calm down. Okay. Finally. Okay. Here we go. If you can hear this, you made it here after much hardship. That's totally understating that. What an understatement. I had no idea what I was looking at. In fact, I had no idea how I even got here. My thoughts were scrambled and I lost track of reality. Alex was talking to me. Not Cora, not Pandora, but me. Who was I really? I've been deceived twice. I was made to believe I was Cora, then Pandora. In reality, I was probably me. I had no name. Others referred to me as you before. To put it simply, I can sense you are having difficulties understanding your predicament. You are the most impossible entity in this place. And tonight's presence is nothing short of a miracle. She is a woman from a future era after the residents of this province will have faced an unprecedented crisis. But you are different. We may be able to refer to you as a birth memory. I was instructed to these words, so I may relay them to your presence, as it were. This is not Alex speaking. He merely believes he is having a normal conversation. And the same thought at the moment, Cora is having a simple chat with him too. In reality, they have been brought together so that I may let you know about the next part of Tiny's plan. So this is like telling you the sequel. So I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Zachary. Okay. Where am I? Like on the screen. I am remotely communicating with you through this small terminal. Okay, so this is the person she wants to save. I do not have much time, so listen carefully. First of all, I would like to apologize. Surely you have lived through countless lifetimes worth of difficulties. No one should be able to shoulder such weight, but the fact of the matter is that you are necessary. Secondly, you may have heard of the principal who has done nothing wrong. That is incorrect. I have been extremely distant with members of my own family. That is also a crime. Lucille is my daughter and Alex is her brother. Wait, they're related? Wait, they're related? Okay, so Ula and Alex are related. I've had more of a presence for my daughter, which is something I regret terribly. So he's the principal. To put it simply, I ignored even I had a son before I came to prison. But yes, that principal is me. Okay. This is making sense. I am currently located at prison at... His voice cuts off at that moment. It took several seconds, but I could hear his words again. And you will be a necessary element to further in Time's plans. I know you may not like her. You may not also care for me, but everything hangs in the balance. That is because you are not bound by time. While we are meant to live within the confines of each of our time frames, you are made of information that can travel to previous iterations of the universe, carrying it from future ones. You have done already, haven't you? You've had access to knowledge you are not meant to have known as part of Intine's experiment in order to find all sorts of additional solutions to Marco's puzzles. That is why you are necessary, as the past is the past and cannot be changed, but there are elements that are required to be brought about for Project eForge, and that needs your help. Alex might be walking away any time now, so I cannot continue this one-sided conversation any further. I will say though, I already know this future is doomed, but another one will come. Be there at the prison. Only you can avert the world's ultimate stasis. I still wasn't sure how if I should help or not. Besides, I wasn't sure if my presence helped at all. One thing was for sure though. The hope left inside after Pandora's jar was opened is you. Welcome to my emptiness. It's me, guys! It's me! It's me! It's me! And that's just an end? Not the end. There you go. No, it's not over. Okay. Thoughts? Good game. Good visual novel. I can definitely see where the zero escape aspect comes into play. All different timelines, gaining information, all that. I do think, and this is me, I do think the true route was this thing in particular right here was way too much information overload. I understand, like, I will say 60 to 70% of this game. 60 to 70% of this game. And that ending just was like, okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the fuck on. Huh? This is not the first game in the series. I will preface that. There's this first game, but it's being remade right now, and it's not on Steam. It's on itch.io, I believe, but that's an inferior version that I will have to play when it's perfectly remade. I'm pretty sure that explains a lot of what's going on here. The gaps that we are just having issues with are probably filled there. I think that's a major issue that this game has, is that there's no first game on Steam to kind of preface what's everything that's going on, given like context, you know? Because I'm pretty sure if we played the first game, we would have no issue. I just wish that game was remade before this game was done. That's my only thing, because I think that first game is extremely critical to this. I just wish that game was remade before this game was out, so I could just play through that game and then kind of understand what's going on here. The game just was like, oh no. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Let's don't. Oh god. It's basically Kingdom Hearts. It's like, so essentially what the issue is here, that one part of this was to get everyone that was involved in the Miami that committed all these crimes to die. That was the ultimate thing for them. But then they got put in these other bodies that has part of Intine's plan in them to probably go for a better future with them involved. They have some of their memories, but then Intine's is the overwhelming mind that's in their bodies. I get that. Second plan was to kind of experiment with infinite universes and like try to make this an immortal universe where it doesn't reset. I get that. I forgot her third reason. And then like, I'm the ultimate creation. I'm the one with the most amount of freedom. Everyone else that was brought out in that world doesn't have freedom. They have a set amount of tasks they have to do. I have the most amount of freedom. I can be what I want, but in the end goal, I have to help her true love, which is Zachary. The principal. The one she was just fucking all the time, I guess. Someone that's, or her son, maybe. Someone that's precious to her, Zachary. So, the third game most likely will go into, like, us trying to help Zachary. How? I don't know. We have to get everything undone and just try to get Zachary. Is what I'm getting here. So, I understand what this game is going... It's just that ending was a lot of fucking information at once, and I absolutely hate it when games do that. I absolutely, when games just fucking just throw a lot of information at you at once. You know, I think what I like about Zero Escape is that, like, there's a lot of mind fucks, but at the end of it, I'm still I have a really good grasp of what's going on. I actually know what's going on in Zero Escape. I know the universe and everything. Even if it's kind of confused, it still like helps a lot. And I think it also helps with the flashbacks. That the Virtue's Last Reward and everything, they bring up flashbacks that kind of helps you remember. So what I think this ending could have benefited from was flashbacks. Because it's like, oh yeah, this happened. I'm like, when did this happen? I don't remember this being brought up. So I guess if the game had like flashbacks or something, that would have made it a lot more easy. And maybe I'm just being dumb and just misremembering things and not like fucking remembering like, all the information this game has thrown at me. This game just would have benefited from fucking that, I think. It's a good game. Good game. Very confusing. That ending was just not good. It was, I would say it's all right. I just think that was too much information. I'm looking forward to the first game and the eventual sequel. This was a good game. Just, whoa. Whoa.